First off, thank you so much for 100 subscribers. I started with 1 sub and now here we are 7 months later and I have 100 subscribers. That's insane. Anyways, I wanted to make this video and it was in the back of my mind for a while ever since the ending of season 2 of The Mandalorian, but of course my channel didn't even exist back then. And now that the surprise book of Boba Fett, or Mando 2.5, ended, I need to make this a what-if scenario. Since spoilers, Grogu ends up leaving the Jedi Temple to be with Mando, which that was just heartwarming, and poor Luke, man. So this is my what if Grogu kept training with Luke, and please be nice, this might be stupid. Also, there's already tons of books about this time period, I know, but I'll be ignoring that, though I assume they're a good read. So for this, we need to know how old Grogu is in these events. We see that Grogu is 50 years old, but in Yoda year, we need to figure that out, so let's just compare this to human years, since they age slowly but have the same appearance. Yoda looks like an old man and Grogu looks like an infant. Since Yoda was 900 when he died, let's just pretend he was 100 and that 900 is just the highest lifespan for his species. I'm not going to use math for this for the risk of being wrong, and it's not that necessary. If anybody wants to figure this out, by all means you can try, it's pretty easy. So let's just say Grogu at the final years of Luke's school is around 8 or 9 years of age, since he's like 73 years old in human years. So Grogu continues his training, learns a bit more about the ways of the Jedi from Luke. He knows a fair amount since he was trained in BBY, and also Kylo continues training with Luke with the permission of Leia. And as always, he's insane at using the Force since he's a Skywalker. Luke worries about Kylo turning to the dark side and senses a new threat to the situation. Of course, Luke investigates with Lando and gets close, but can't figure it out, as shown in the events of Rise of Skywalker. Grogu becomes very skilled in the Force in the course of the next 20 years and connects with it immensely. Although Grogu is not a master and a bit of a dark side rises in him, since we saw in the show Mandalorian that he choked Cara Dune. Also, Ahsoka told Mando that he was afraid. Grogu, now able to speak, lets Luke know about this, so he tells him to go to an ancient Jedi temple to let go of his past, which is still haunting him. So he obeys Luke and wishes him luck. To accompany him, he brings R2-D2 with him. Grogu stays and meditates until his wounds are healed, and it takes him 3 years to recover, and he's more connected to the Force than ever. With this, he senses Luke and his friends in danger, so he goes on the ship and tries to get there as soon as possible. But his worst nightmare becomes a reality. Just when he thought he had a family, a home, a master again, it was too late, even though he had the power to help this time. Grogu, in sadness, lets his feelings cloud him and assumes Luke was killed. Grogu and Ben Solo were friends, but he could never think his own friend would do this. He also assumed he was dead. Grogu buries his friends and lets the school burn, seeing as there is no point to it anymore. Grogu, enraged, vows to find out who would do this at any cost, even if it means leaving the Jedi Code and teachings. After all, he's a child. He decides to leave R2. He leaves into hyperspace, and just as he is gone, a hand reaches out of the rubble and finds its way out. The Master finds R2 and looks at the burning temple and the dozens of students and friends he let down. Grogu searches for a holocron in which Luke had told him about, and after a few years he finds it, but can't bring himself to opening it. Something in him tells him not to open it, and so he doesn't. In his time searching for the holocron, he notices the start of the First Order, and instead of helping, he leaves in exile and shame, thinking he had failed. Grogu visits Dagobah, which his master had showed him before, but as always, there is no one there. He looks upon an old Jedi's home and sits down. Of all the things that happened to him, Grogu destroys the holocron and sobs as a glowing blue figure appears in front of him. It's Yoda.